Rampage Jackson calls MMA Guru racist for calling his son, here's the quote, you ready?
Yeah.
A stupid, dumb, unevolved animal who should be locked in a cage.
It's a lot of like ignorant people on the internet. I understand that. You know, it is what it is. The shit don't affect me, don't bother me, but people like MMA Guru, you know what I'm saying, that guy is supposed to be some kind of journalist, and his racism came out. His racism showing. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025, like, you know what I'm saying? People do shit. People do shit in this world. Some people fuck up. Some people do shit. It shouldn't get turned into race. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of racist shit about their son, no matter what race they are. He must don't have kids himself.
What'd he say?
I don't want to repeat what he said, but he said a whole bunch of. He said, like, he showed his racism, basically what he did. Like, I'm from the South. The stuff he said, only racist people say. A lot of racist people came forward and said stuff and DM me racist shit. It don't bother me because I don't care about racist people. But MMA Guru, he has a platform.
Yeah.
And he should stay neutral because he's giving his opinions on fights and stuff like that. So now people gonna be watching him when black fighters fight and the shit he say.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying?
Brother, dumb animal, put him in a cage, straight up. Not a human, not allowed in society. Control yourself, dumb bitch. Fuck him. Bring that sparring partner back, tornado kick him again, dumb animal.
Is it racist? Is it not racist?
It's playing with fire. That's what it is. It's playing with fire. Because when you use that word animal, savage, brute, these are words that were used during slavery. You know? So it's a trigger. Got a white dude saying it too from Europe. I mean, yeah, I think Rampage has all the he has every right to go clap back at his ass, you know what I mean? Like, and I think, and I've seen Rampage a few times. Rampage is from the South.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis, somewhere in the South down there. So he's been able to see racism up front and personal growing up.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen him a couple episodes when he talks about it. When he talked about Bryce Mitchell, I think it was. He's like, dude, that dude don't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a product of his environment. Like, he didn't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like kind of respected how Rampage's opinion on was about that, because I thought, oh, he's seen people be racist to him growing up. Boy, N-word, animal. You know, all these things, that these racial slurs that could be slurred out. So he has it, man. He has every right to say all that.
Okay,
And
so I guess we're going to have to disagree a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
so my thing, I don't really think it's racist, if I'm being real. If he were to say the word like you know what words I'm talking about, right? The more specific words.
but it's because it's been used in the past. In slavery during that time, that was a word. You're an animal. We're smarter than you. You're not even like, they had scientists come out and try to say that black people and people of color's brains didn't evolve the way white people's brain, and that's why you're an animal. That's why you're a savage. That's why you're dangerous.
Yeah.
They use these things as a tool, as a narrative to scare people. So that's why I said it's dangerous for him saying that, because there's a lot of connotations that are behind that word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe did he personally was like, oh, you know, did he think that far? Maybe not.
I don't really think he thought that far. I guess that's a question for him. I'll say this. The reason why, and I hear what you're saying when you say, like, you know, they called you know, them animals back in the day. But for me, like, animal is a little bit of a broad term. It's like, how do I say? Yes, they may have said that back in the day. I mean, I don't know. I never really heard about being called animals. I've heard about stupid, you know, whatever you want to say, right? About specific animals. Let me just kind of, I guess I'll go from the start of what I think. Of course, I think it's playing with fire.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, Guru using that word animal, almost instead of racism, I feel like it's baiting. It's like he knows how people are gonna take it, but he almost knows that he like how he feels in his heart in a way, I guess you could say. So you're just baiting the audience to go ahead and engage more in your comments. That's why I don't really think he's racist. I think he's more just being edgy.
I think I can meet you in the middle with that.
Yeah.
I think maybe he didn't think as far, but I think too he knew it was gonna stir something up.
He definitely knew it was gonna stir something up. I mean, make no mistake about it. That's why he used that word.
Yeah, and I think that he's not he's not a dummy. You know what I mean? He knows that by saying some things that are gonna get a little bit more views on the thing, and it's almost like you got two angles of this, right? A, Rampage can take it personal. B, he could say something, but it wasn't like to the extreme.
It wasn't to the extreme. He basically stepped his foot on the line.
Yeah. I think we both said he knew he was playing with some fire, though.
Yeah, and then also he said something like, lock him in a cage, right? Lock him in a cage. Now, again, this is what I said on the other stream. It's like content creators, this is the word I like to use. When you're creating content at times, it's like you're rapping, right? You're going to say the catchy thing, the thing that's going to catch people's attention over the regular thing. So, obviously, when you say lock him in a cage, it gives that dog, right? Lock a dog in a crate type of like thought that crosses your mind. It leaves it up for interpretation. How about that? When you use the word cage. Or lock
him in jail.
But when you say lock him behind a cell, there's no interpretation. You say cell, that means jail cell. But if you say cage, it's like then you get the question: is he talking about like an animal cage, a dog crate, or is he talking about a jail cell? So he leaves it up.
Cage.
So
it could be.
But isn't that what they do in rap? They say the thing that's gonna be controversial. So I don't know how much like. That's why I say like sometimes it's like he's just gonna choose the more controversial thing to say just to get the views, and like I don't know, is it racist? Is it not? I feel like he's not racist. I've heard him actually say worse things about white people. He calls the Dagestanis inbred. He says they're cousin effers.
That's true.
So like they're white. They're from the Caucasus Mountains.
So John Jones is gay. Like he's definitely gone over a lot of lines.
And so I feel like he was even more specific towards white people and their actual ethnicity, right? Calling themselves inbred is way more racist than calling someone an animal. So, I mean, shit, I mean, he keeps it fucking a buck, like, down the line. Like, he'd be doing it to white people. But I didn't even think he did it to the black community necessarily.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, too, like, I think a lot of that's premeditated. He knows what he's doing. He knows how he can sell his brand. And that's part of his branding, to say these edgy things, you know what I mean, to get people riled up a little bit, like, how dare you say that, so even Rampage responding helps him.
Yeah, but let me say this, I'll give you a hot take.
Yeah.
Even if he did say something racist, right, or even if somebody out there, right, or you, right, whatever, I know you said you met me in the middle, so I won't say you exactly, but let's say somebody thinks it's like fully racist, right? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Because what matters is what Rampage's son did. So, like, yes, it matters to an extent of, like, we don't want to just tolerate that shit, right? But, like, Rampage bringing it up and shit like that and diverting the attention, it's like, bro, your son did way far worse than any words that came out of Guru's mouth. Like, don't be casting aspersions, throwing stones, when you're in a glass house too. We're seeing right through your shit, so don't be, and then he's also calling racism at the LAX airport. Like, I don't think it looks good. I think when your son goes through that and you're like instantly calling racism, like, bro, I don't know, you live in a white community. I think like there's not that much racism that he experiences. Like, it's not like he lives in the hood, right? He lives in like SoCal, Southern Orange County. And so like I feel like Rampage knows that like he hangs out with like a lot of white people. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, your podcast co-host is Bear DeGidio, but then like you're like racism is, I don't know why it's like okay, let me say this. I expect somebody from the hood, right, to be a little bit more quick to say racism because they're not around white people as much. But I don't know why Rampage goes to it so quickly when like he's pretty much accepted in like Southern Orange County. Like there's like he can go out to any bar, you know, in Southern Orange County, and he's like perfectly accepted. He's like he's like one of the few black guys out here.
I would say this because when you're from the South, it's ingrained in you. Like from a small age of
it's like a trigger.
Not only a trigger, it's ingrained in you. Racism is ingrained in you. Like it is, boy, a boy. Like that is something that it becomes part of your.
Okay, and I get it, right? I get it, but he almost like it's like, then speak about it more, like because you're only almost bringing it up when your son is in trouble. Like that's what I think people find that too convenient. Like, oh my God, racism. Right. But then again, it's like, okay, so what if he said something racist? Your son still did some fucked up shit. So like, how does somebody saying something racist change what your son did?
And I agree with you on that. And I'd say, and I would say this too: if we were dealing with somebody that was around his son's age that had been raised in the South, I would have maybe a different opinion because it's not that it's not still prevalent because racism is still there, but it's not as heavy accepted compared to when Rampage was growing up as a kid. So that's the only reason why I say it's ingrained with him. So it's going to be easier for him to kind of bring that out.
It's always on the back of his mind. He could always kind of
it's going to be easier just to bring out. It just is. It's just going to be easier to bring out, but like because it's always been there. In this instance, you know what I mean? Like, but I see what you're saying too. Like, you know, you can use it at times. I would say this: if he wasn't from the South, I'd have a different opinion on the matter too. Like, if he was like, I think Bobby Green Jackson,
Bobby Green, King Green.
Yeah,
if you want to be respectful.
I believe he's from Southern California, like born and raised.
Yeah, he's from around here.
Like he's dealt with racism, but he hasn't dealt with racism. Like when you're from SoCal and shit, like there's some racism, but it's not like crazy. I mean, it is, but it's not how. When first time I went to the South, I was like, oh, this is different.
There's not much out here.
There is, but it's not. It's not so like accepted. Don't get me wrong. I've dealt with racism. You know what I mean? But like, but I see more people like me around.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a little bit more civilized, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we're down there. It's in your face.
Yeah, I think maybe a different pride in the South.
Like if it was Bobby Green doing it, I'd be like, all right, you know, I don't, bro, you from SoCal, dog? Come on now.
Yeah, like what are you talking about with the racism? But you're just saying that Rampage is sensitive to the matter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Triggers. He's got some triggers.
Yeah, a little bit more sensitive. And you're right. He's been out. He probably the past 25 years. He's been able. He went to Japan. He did this. He did that. He's more evolved. You know, he's seen the world now. You know, it's probably not. He's not like Bryce Mitchell still in it.
Okay, here's one of the last things I'll say is I personally, just a personal opinion, I think when Rampage is constantly bringing up Guru and talking about Animal and all this stuff and calling him racist, I feel like you're giving Guru what he wants, right? Guru said that knowing that someone was going to latch onto it and almost mistake it for racism, right? Or maybe there's some validity to it. It's up to your interpretation. But I feel like Rampage gave Guru the power. I feel like if Rampage were to say, no, Guru's not racist, you know what I mean? He's just saying that because he knows, basically what I just said. He knows it'll get the views, and some people will mistake it for that. But I don't think he's racist. I just think he's, you know, trying to get a reaction from me. I think he's trying to get a reaction from me. And, I mean, it's all good. He spoke on the matter. I'm going to stand by my son. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just see how it plays out. But instead he goes and starts pointing out that racism. I feel like you did, like, okay, if you were to ask Guru, why'd you say that? He's going to say, well, because it's going to get me like a little bit more likes and attention, right? So then don't give him that. You feel me? Like, it's like not going out of, you know, I know Guru's big, but that's my thing. Like, if that's why he did it, then throw smoke on the fire. Instead, you fanned it up. You fanned up the fire.
Yeah.
Now I'm posting about it. Now we're talking about it on here. If you were to say, no, he's not racist. He says that about white people too. We literally wouldn't even have a conversation right now.
It's funny, and that's usually Rampage's reaction.
But, right, and it is. But now, right, Guru did it. He got the reaction he was looking for. He got the views because everybody's tuning back in because Rampage called him racist. So they say, oh, well, where's the clip? MMA Guru YouTube channel. Click on his video. So Guru got the views. He got the money. He got everything he asked for. So what's going to stop him from doing it again? It worked. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Rampage got to, like, you know, think a little bit smarter. It's not just like, oh, racist. You're giving him what he wants you to say. Yeah. And then he's also making you look stupid because, like, there's 50% of the fan base out there who thinks that it's not racist and that you're just fucking playing the victim. So again, it's even worse for you because now you have 50% of people calling you a victim when you wouldn't even need that if you would just say, he's just trying to get a reaction out of me. I'm standing by my son, and it is what it is. I don't appreciate him using those words, but I'm not going to give him shit.
No, I 100% agree with you now.
Yeah. So in the future,
that would have been the move.
It's like, giving validity, you know?
It's Guru.
People say that stuff because they can almost predict how he's going to react to it. It's taking the bait. It's throwing out a bait and fucking reel that shit in.